Yeah, man, sup, my purples? Welcome to the black hole. My name, Bless Beats. You already know this, right? Welcome to the here once again. We're going to have a look at the wonderful OP-1 for 10 more magnificent, amazing tips for you as a user of the OP-1. Aren't you excited about that?
Dangerous!
So first of all, you might be wondering what's going on here. My tape is on the it's in the wrong vertical place right there. What happened? What's up? What is going on with the cow? Why is the cow all of a sudden a moose? Check out my other video, hacksawying the OP-1 for that. There's some neat stuff you can do with it. Boom shakalak. Check them out. We have this beat running here. And we want to slice the last, say, quarter note of this bar right here. This is one bar, the length between these two dots. Number one tip I got for you, hold shift and press stop. And the tape grid resolution increases. Now when you hold shift and skip, you get these tiny little increments and you don't have to scrub the tape like this looking for the exact space to slice and dice it. This is down to 8th note, so we can even chop right there. All right, I don't want to really chop this up, so I'll glue it back together. Glue, undone. That was tip number 1. Tip number 2, super fast navigationalizing on the OP-1. Look, hold the stop button here and then press the arrow keys. Pressing left, you'll get to the very beginning of the tape. Pressing right will take you to the end of your last tape thing. Tip number 3, winding the tape, you might want to go a little bit faster. You see, it gets incrementally faster, but if you want to go instant speed fast, as you wind, just press the play button. Much faster. You can also try this out. Flush the tape, press the 4 right there. I think that's even a little bit faster. That's some razor speed shit right there. Good job. Tip number 4. This is about sample editing. You want to do as smooth as possible sample editing. It could be a little bit tricky before you get used to it on the OP-1, but let's go into one of our drum samples right here, our drum groups. See, we wanted to chop this sample right here. When you extend the end point, right, it gets much harder to precisely edit the start point. So what I like to do is I like to whirl her in all the way there to the very beginning. And from there, I adjust my start point. Make sure we have a nice zero crossing. Make sure no clicks and pops are happening because it's starting in the middle of a wave cycle. And then we stretch it out. Now, you can't do the same thing with the end point, naturally. We're lucky here. I have some space after the sample right there. We're lucky in this case. But otherwise, you would have to use the shift button and fine tune it and just make sure, say we were right there. We were lucky again with the zero crossing, but like that, you know what I'm saying? Basic sample editing pro tip. Tip number 5 is a rather funny one. Sometimes you're playing around with chords, you can't really find out the progression. Here is something that I do from time to time when I find that inspiration is rather lackluster, you know what I'm saying? Let's pick a synthesizer here just for demonstration purposes. Pretty cool. Now, check them out. Here comes the cool part. Let's pretend I don't even know one single chord. I'm just going to press. right. Let's find where they start. Bonus tip right here. I always use the loop points for navigationalizing everything. Like where I find something starts on the tape, the first thing I always do is set a loop marker right there. That means tape always skips back to the loop marker, and when I decide to, I can slice that motherfucker. Now this one right here is way too long to lift in the drum sampler. We have 12 seconds to spare, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna twist this up and we're gonna get some bonus lo-fi while we're at it. Go into the album, record. No, first hold shift and press the microphone. Make sure we have the ear selected. Go back in here into our vinyl. Press the microphone so the ear is selected. Press rec, play. Let's hope that fits within 12 seconds now. Surely should. Now comes the interesting part here. We're going to record it back to the tape. So let's make sure now that our tape is not recording at that fast speed. You could either go further down, but remember, if we're recording the tape at a higher speed, regardless what speed it's at, it's going to be lifted from the tape at the speed of 0. So that means even though you're just using 6 seconds and the tape is sped up to 12, it'll be much longer and possibly not fit in the sampler. So now for this case, we're sampling it at the normal tape speed. We're going to make sure that our ear is activated again. Also, make sure we don't have any drive on it. We can put a little drive on it because it will record from the vinyl with the drive activated. Now what we can do is hold shift and record, and it's arming the recording. It puts a knife in the recording. So it doesn't start recording until we tell it to by pressing play. Now we can press play on the vinyl player and the tape at the same motherfucking time. Check them out. Finish. I'm going to turn the drive back down now again. Otherwise we get the recorded file with the drive on plus another layer of drive, and that's not what we want in this case. Same thing again now. I'll mark it with the in point, with the in loop point. Chop that motherfucker right there. Lift the unnecessary part. And surely this should fit within 12 seconds. That's it. Chop the end. Lift that unnecessary part. Now we're going to find somewhere in here where we have samples we don't give a fuck about. Alright. Lift it from the tape. Go into the drum sampler. Drop them. And now all we got to do is edit these chords. We can turn the speed back down to original speed if we want to. And we get some of that lo-fi effect as a bonus side effect, you know what I'm saying? And now from here, you can pick which samples do you feel are the most wonderful to work with, which chords of that little chord selection that you put together by resampling. It's a neat little, it's not really a trick, but it can be fun, yeah? Good job. Alright, if you like this video, please let me know in the comment. Smash that motherfucking subscribe and ring the notification bell with all notification on. Remember, join us in the Discord. Check out my beat tape while you're at it. I made a beat tape that contains 100% only OP-1 beats. It's pretty radical, if I may say so myself. Here it is. Check them out, link in the description. Found this useful? Let me know. I'll make it a part 2. Okay, bye-bye.